And that would be YouTube. Welcome along, YouTube. Good to have you along with us tonight. Race will be underway in about 9 minutes. We're going to welcome along Facebook to the party. But as you can see, tonight is the Japanese Grand Prix, 18th of October. Next race is Mexico on November the 1st. Same time, 9 p.m. GMT plus 10 is the time zone. And you can convert to your local time from there. And a very big hello to Facebook. Welcome along, Facebook, to Friday Night League. 8.5 minutes to go to the race tonight here at the Suzuka International Circuit. 18 turns, 5.8 kilometers. And we should see some very exciting racing. We got a good taste of what to come tonight last night in the F2s. Lots of action. And possibly some overcast conditions into rain later on. We don't know yet. So have to keep an eye on the skies above. But my name is Josh and welcome along. This is Demo on Garage. I'll be your commentator this evening. And thanks again for those who hit the like, share and subscribe buttons wherever you're following us on either Facebook, Twitch or YouTube. Appreciate the support. Don't forget, we do have a Twitter now. Getting to be quite active on there. You can follow us at Demo1G. And if you'd like to tweet in through the race at any time, your tweet will be prominently displayed. Either mention at Demo1G or use the hashtag D1G for that to go live. Anyway, it's not long away now. We'll be right back with all the action here for the Formula 1 race at Suzuka. Well, I noticed a reset on the time. We've just had to add another 2 minutes to sync things up correctly. So 8.5 minutes to go. You've got enough time to get something to eat, get something to drink, sit, get relaxed. We will be bringing you straight into Q2, where the action will go underway. We will lose 5 drivers, and then we'll go into Q3, where we'll have the top 10 fight for positions for the podium. And we want to find out whether or not Zen or Hawks, maybe Mike, can steal the top spot tonight. BP, he's here tonight. Let's see what happens. Zen Raza, though, is looking quick early on, and so is Mike. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see what happens with tonight's racing. And welcome along, everyone at YouTube. And Twitch as well. I'll tell you something I've been doing lately. I've discovered, my friend, I think about 12 months ago, was telling me about Reddit. And I've decided to get on the Reddit thing. And my God, is it addictive. I'm on like the sim racing Reddit, the iRacing one, there's a Forza Horizon one, F1 game one, some memes for Formula 1, Gran Turismo obviously, and I'm absolutely addicted to it. I need to restrict my access to Reddit, I think. But yeah, if you want to find me on there, I'm Demo on Garage, obviously. Use the Demo on Garage. How that works there. And if you are waiting and listening, don't forget you can support us. On Facebook, you can send stars. Twitch and YouTube, you can, or even Facebook as well. There should be a link at streamlabs.com/Josh Gahan. It used to be Demo on Garage, but they changed things and then it changed to my name. So if you'd like to support us that way to help create better broadcasts and continue bringing more and more racing to you each and every week, that is one way you can get involved. But if I've got some merchandising ideas, and I want to make them a little bit different than just the logo. I'll probably have those, but I want to create some unique art. So I'm going to commission an artist and create some unique merchandise that way. That'll be one way. Hopefully, a lot of you will be able to support and at the same time get something back from it as well. So that I don't know how long that's going to be. That could be a few months away, but yeah, there is that option if you would like to do so, and I would appreciate it. But just liking, sharing, and subscribing, it's a huge thanks enough. So thanks for turning up. Well, I've just said hello to everyone on the FNL1 eSports side. Hello, Shane. I'm going to be try monitoring this chat. I don't know why, but the FNL1 eSports page chat doesn't pop up for me. Every other Facebook page does, except the FNL1. But all is good, Shane. I'm going to keep that one there. I'm going to test something, Shane. If you could send another message right now. I want to see if I can see what's going on. If I don't say anything, it's probably because I'm not seeing it. Oh, Swatter, it's got the Chromecast ready to go. And the HD surround sound system going. I like it. Lovely. Swatter's on YouTube. Once we hit the racing itself, everybody will be able to see everyone's chat. I should get that on the cover page as well, shouldn't I? 3.5 minutes to go. I'll be able to do this, I think. Random Gamer. Lovely. Your first FNL1 stream Mingman sent you. It should be good. Should be good. Q2's about to begin and we're about to get into it. So good to have you along, bro. Good to have some new faces here. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm seeing anything from FNL1 Facebook. It just doesn't work. I'm going to try to figure that out at some point. By all means, keep supporting FNL1 and watch from there. But unfortunately, I can't see your comments. Razor Burner, hey bro. Yeah, Japan, Suzuka. We are about to get underway for Q2. Full qualifying. So Q1's almost done. And we're going to go straight into Q2, Q3, and then 50% race distance for Suzuka. And we'll go over some of the drivers and the constructor points as soon as the broadcast begins properly. But I'm good, Razor. It's good to have you along again, bro. Things are starting to get heated as we get to the end of Q1 rather. Sean Teal, next podcast. I'm just going to watch FNL1's chat. Next podcast should be this weekend. I know it's late, but because Oz was overseas at Suzuka, we obviously didn't get to do it normally. Usually we'd have it out by now. But the Lights at F1 podcast should be out this weekend, I hope, if not Monday at the latest. So yeah, sorry about that one. It's just a one-off with Aussie being away. But should be worth it. There's so much to talk about now that's happened through the week, so it'll be interesting. We can cover some of the through the week topics that we don't usually get to do because it all happens at once the podcast is done. Thank you, Alston Kurt. Thanks for coming back again, bro. It's good to have you with me. He's liked the stream tonight. All right, the race should be beginning. Or the Q2 anyway. Yes, what are you right? Oz will have a lot to talk about. So I didn't really want to rush it and do it. I wanted to get feedback from Aussie himself, so I thought we'll wait and we'll see what happens. It's a good listen. Apologies about the sound quality last week, and we've had a few issues with the quality, but we try to make it the best as we can, but we'll get there. We're learning, we're teaching ourselves audio engineering, and it's I can see why you go to uni for that stuff. All right, Q2 is underway. Let's go over the drivers' standings as they are right now after the Russia Grand Prix. Hawks on top, 202. BP's not far off, 149, and Zen is down to third now. He's 1 point away from BP. So Zen was the favourite going into the season, and he's now sitting third place. Hawks has had some really strong performances this season, and that's why he's on top. But anything can happen. We saw BP crush out last night, race 2. That would have changed things in the F2 standings. Hawks might have a bad night. Hawks, anything can happen tonight, so keep an eye on that one. Bot's in fourth. He had a pretty hard time at Suzuka last night, so maybe he's learnt from it and gained an insight into the track slightly. We'll have to wait and see. Yayo, 6th position. He's not. Is he here tonight? Oh, he's missed another one. So work getting in the way there, I think, for Yayo. Epic there in 7th. Aussie and then Kiwi. Aussie's not here either. Aussie was at Suzuka for the Grand Prix last weekend, and I think he's got a bit of jet lag. Little Black, Big Man, Mediment, Angry, GC Race Fan, Bush Truck, CME Racing 16th. I don't know if CME made it tonight. No, he didn't. Breed in, Azatak, Banana Hammock, and Major Dan. That's where they're at. Banana and Major are yet to score points. Hopefully we can see them on the board soon. So that's how your driver standings sit currently. Constructors, Renault, well ahead on top, 246. With the consistency Hawks has been getting this season. That is why they're up there. And Crazy Kiwis had a good few finishes here and there as well. Toro Rosso, 2nd. Mercedes down there in 3rd. And Yayo's missed a few races, so that's going to be contributing to the reason they're so low. Otherwise, I'd imagine they'd be 2nd and not far off Renault. Alfa Romeo, Ferrari are behind them. And then it's Red Bull, Williams, and McLaren, Haas, and Racing Point. They're not separated by much at all. Williams are starting to pull away now. 3 points ahead of McLaren. Haas only a point ahead of Racing Point. And that is the Constructors. And hopefully that covers everything, the points and all tonight. But we've got the racing to happen. And welcome along to Demo 1 Garage. My name's Josh Gahan. This is the FNL1 eSports round 11 at Suzuka, and you're watching qualifying 2 get underway. We're going to take you through everything tonight, and we should have a good chat about everything. Razor says, after the first few laps, I found Suzuka quite dull. I mean, Ricardo was making good gains, but there really wasn't too many battles. Yeah, it was more of a strategy race. I don't want to ruin the podcast for everyone, the Lights at F1 podcast, but I think it was more of a strategic race. And obviously what happened early on with Leclerc, Verstappen, and Leclerc overall was a big talking point. So, yeah, that made things interesting. Sean says he thinks this is Zen's favourite track. Well, we'll have to wait and see. I think he topped Q1. I didn't quite see who finished Q1 on top, but we'll have to wait and see. At the moment, it's Crazy Kiwi, first position, 131.6. Epic with a 133, and Banana Hammock, 137. Let's see what times BP can put down. Let's get the telemetry up so you can see what's happening. So BP's currently 6th overall. He's in the Toro Rosso. He's on the medium tyre this session. Remember the quickest 10 drivers in Q2, the tyre they did that time on will be the tyre they start the race on. So that's something to keep in mind if you're not a Formula 1 regular. Razor Burner talking about Suzuka Grand Prix, saying you could see the strategies going around, but still fairly dull. But considering the good streak of entertaining races from Austria onwards, I guess we could take a bit of a break. You know what? Even if we had a duller race here or there, you're not wrong at all, Razor. Max Verstappen's joined us, and he knows my name. Hello, how are you going, Max? Haven't seen you around for a long, long time. It's good to have you along again. So, yeah, we should be an interesting race tonight. The compound's in use. The soft's the C3 compound. The medium is the C2. The hard is the C1. Obviously, we will probably see one-stops, depending. Maybe the two-stop strategy being called out by most of them. There could be some drivers that choose the hards, but no one seems seemingly wanting to start on the hard tyre. We've got GT Race Fan as attack on the softs right now. Mike, Bots and Angry are also choosing the soft tyre. Hawks is on his outlap. It'll be very interesting to see what Hawks can put together tonight. Zenrazo's out on track. Apparently his most favourite track here. So we're expecting a good time from Zenrazo. Let's ride on board and see how last season's champion navigates this very tricky driver's circuit. That was perfect through there, wasn't it? Absolutely spot on stuff from Zen. Up towards the spoon curve now. Got to be full commitment here. Late braking. Turning in. Using all the width of the road. He's done well there. Using the curb up in the inside. And running wide on the exit there to get the full speed up towards 130 arc. He's doing that now. Up in 8th gear, 316, 17 kilometers an hour, turning in, full throttle, absolutely using all available aerodynamic downforce available. Into the triangle chicane, comes around turn 18, sees the start finish line just in front of him. And it's going to be a 1 minute 33 from Zenrazo. Craig Parks has liked the stream. Welcome along, Craig. Good to have you with us. And yeah, that was a great time from Zen. It's going to be a difficult one for them to follow through on the medium tyre. Very, very competitive. Mike's on his outlap. This is Hawks. Hawks on another quick lap here. Gets a lot of the first Degner. Into the second Degner there. all the downforce available. He's used it. Hawks is looking quick. Yeah, I think Zen should make it through with the mediums there. 6 minutes to go in Q2. There's traffic just ahead for Hawks. Into Spoon Curve now. Taking a very similar line to Zen. Hawks, we know, is quick. And he's going to get a bit of an assistance down to 130R here from Mike. Is this going to help him out? The car topped out at 316 kilometers an hour. Braking midway between the 150 marker board there. Into turn 18. Green flags are flying. Start finish line. Hawks goes top. 129.9. Even better time from Hawks. And Zen is going to be on his toes now after seeing that time put down. Absolutely blistering pace from the Renault man. And that is why Hawks is leading the championship at this point. Zen will be shaking in his boots. Great time from Hawks. BP's on a time here. Not wrong, Razor. Not wrong at all. Now, is BP at the end of a quick lap here? I think he is. It's going to be close. Oh, BP's beaten him. A 129.6. The times keep dropping. This is only Q2, folks. And BP, who was quick last night, he's obviously learnt from his Formula 2 performance last night. And he's got the car set up perfectly. And he's gone even quicker than Hawks. A 129.613. And again, that's going to be a hard time to beat. And that'll definitely get him through to Q3. Super quick time once again. His teammate Mike's out there. It's going to be so competitive, Razor. You're not going to be disappointed. Let's see what Mike can put in. He comes into the triangle now. There's some traffic ahead, but it shouldn't bother him. I don't think it's going to be near as quick, but it's going to be at least a 130, a 129 perhaps. Mike goes fourth quickest, and that is a good time. Toro Rosso doing well. A man on top, and a man on the second row currently. We're in fourth position. We'll fight for podiums shortly. Let's see what GT Race Fan can do. He needs to improve from a 131.6. And he's chosen the medium tyre here at the moment. Looks like a lot of the drivers will be starting this Grand Prix on the medium. Ryan Bessie's joined us and liked the stream. Welcome along, Ryan. Good to have you with us. Shane Highland has also said hello, Max. Max, we need to hear from you again. Where are you? You're on YouTube. Now, GT Race Fan, he's looking good. He's gone to the medium tyre like we've seen the rest of the drivers do. I think that wasn't the best line through there, was it? Through Spoon. No, you think he's backed out of that one. This is as attack. He's put a 132.8 in. Bots is putting down a time. Let's see what Bots can do. As attack's out of the session. I don't know if he retired or crashed. Oh, that was late from Bots. A very late braking, but he's got the tyres to do it. He's on the soft tyre. This could be a quick time for Bots. Keep an eye on this one. Oh, this is going to be close. Oh, 129.9. 4.8. And he's just been beaten by BP. He was on the quicker tyre. But Bots... Now, Bots says he's retired as well. I don't know if they're getting disconnected or what. That's a mad shame. Bots just put in a great time. And the car is floating on the spot. Thank you, Codemasters, for a wonderful game this year. Absolutely no issues at all. Flawless. Angry old fella's yet to put a time down. Looks like most of the drivers are in the pits. We've got 2 minutes to go. And well, BP, blistering pace, 129.6. Bots not far off on the soft tyre. And that will mean he'll start the race on that tyre if he doesn't improve on the mediums. So that will change things up the front. And Bots will have the favourable line on the dry line if he starts second and qualifies there in Q3. So we'll have to wait and see. He's only 3/10 off. You can see the gaps. There's hardly anything in it. As we go down to the top 5, there's less than a second within them. And then Angry's yet to set a time though. So we'll be waiting in the pits for a little bit now. Yeah, very close, Shane. There was stuff all in it, wasn't there? Yeah, bots 3/10 off BP on the softs. I'd hate to see what times BP, Hawks, and Zen can put down using that softer tyre. Even Mike had a great time this lap around as well. There's the C3 compound for the softs, so there's only a step down. Just want to make sure we haven't been kicked from the game. Sometimes Codemasters do this to us. What you didn't see early on was the game didn't want to have sound for whatever reason. Q2's about over. So it looks like that's where we're going to finish things, and we will lose.
I got a bit.
Got some XP there for watching.
Little cheek, we'll wake it up. Come with me tomorrow.
We lost As Attack, Breed In, Banana and Angry.
Sorry? Okay, that's alright.
So we'll start on the softs.
Ship and watch.
And it looks like the rest on the mediums
Hopefully the other team get a few runs
in the top 10.
Oh, that we're actually doing something. Well, we start at 1:30, but we've got to go down and get all the stuff.
So we're on to Q3 now. And this is where we sort the order for the top 10 and who takes what position at the starting grid.
That's okay, though. I don't know, where have you put it?
So that would happen to you, Azar. I was wondering what happened.
We're going to be there by 12. That's what it is now. It's dry from here, something like that. So
Cold tyres. They can catch out even the best of the drivers. So.
Oh, I didn't make QE3. Oh, it was.
I forgot to mute the other drivers, everyone that's watching, so you're going to probably hear them through this session. I do apologise for that. Alrighty, Toro Rosso boys out early. Looks like they're going to be towing each other along here. Soft tyres, of course. BP up behind his teammate Mike there. Mike just ahead of him. We're on the outlap now. They're getting in early. Only 11 minutes in this session. Sorry, 12 minutes. Apparently we can't change camera angle now. There we go. God, this game. It's just impressive. How good the spectator mode is. I can't believe that this spectator mode is what runs the official Formula 1 eSports sometimes. Just absolutely flawless. Again, can't change camera angle. Oh, I'm getting frustrated with Codemasters. Big man's out there in the Red Bull. He's the only Red Bull on the track tonight. His teammate Aussie, jet lagged from actually going to the Formula 1 Grand Prix last weekend, and he's only just gotten back. But it's BP, who we are expecting a quick time from, and his teammate Mike, as they warm up on track. This is Mike, and he's going to be the first driver across the line to start his quick lap. Let's see what happens here. As Mike winds it up.
Sorry?
Puts ERS up to 5. DRS activated down the front straight. And it'll be full commitment into the turn 1. In he comes. Blazing through. Turns 1 and 2 up into the S's now.
I'm not sure.
He's got some traffic ahead of him. Mike will just have to get that out of his vision.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Put that to one side.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Razorburner saying BP Hawks on pole. That's what you're thinking will happen. Let us know what you think will happen. Who do you think will get pole position? I'd love to hear your thoughts from what you've seen already. Do you think someone else? Do you think Zen can steal that pole position? Or will it be either BP or Hawks here tonight? Maybe someone else. Maybe someone will come out of nowhere. Let us know in the chat. We'd love to hear what you guys think. We're at the moment, we're watching Mike run around. And he's just come out of Spoon Curve right now. And he's on the run to 130R. He's got his teammate BP in behind. So he's possibly pulling along BP here.
Yep.
Mike gets through 130R. Up to the triangle.
No.
Takes a lot of curbing there. He knows this is important. Needs to make the run short up to the line. It's quickest for him. BP's next. BP steals it. 129.027. Great timing from those guys. Mingman's just gone across. He's gone third fastest. Kiwi's about to come across. Kiwi goes third with a 136. Hawks is just going through the S's now. This is GT Race Fan. He's coming up to the line. GT will set a time. Bots is out of the session. Bots is either crashed out or something. Epic goes fifth with a 138. Hawks will be the next one. Where's Zen? Zen's coming up towards Spoon. Let's see how he takes Spoon. He's usually quite confident. Look at this. Using all the curbing on the outside. Staying on the AstroTurf on the out. And then using all the wide curb on exit. That was a beautiful explanation of Spoon there, Zen. Thank you very much for that one. Hawks coming up. He's on his outlap. GT Race Fan. He's at the Degners. Didn't quite take the first one as aggressive as I thought he would. In the triangle, though, with Zen. Zen's about to set his first time of the session. This could be quick. Oh, it's just second. It's 129.439. And provisionally, at the moment, BP has taken pole. Zen on the front row. Mike and Kiwi share the second. Very, very interesting. We've lost Bots, I think, to an accident. But we're now waiting for Hawks and GT to set a time here. Hawks is coming up to turn 1 and 2. Full commitment from him there. And he goes to the S's now. I do Discord, Shane. I do. GT Race Fan. 131.5. It's only 7th for him. Let's stick with Hawks and see what time he puts down. We're right on board with the man. But yes, I do have a Discord, Shane. FNL1 have a Discord too. Hawks coming up towards Spoon now. Hitting 310 kilometers an hour. Almost peaked there at the top speed. I think he had to do some corrective steering through Spoon. That could cost him some time. As he now pedal to the metal up towards 130R. Pete Mitchell's like the stream. Thank you very much, Pete. Lonzo's basking in your like there. Thank you very much for your support tonight. Braking hard is Hawks into the triangle curve. Takes a lot of the second to last corner. Round turn 18. You'll see the start finish line. It was second fastest, 129. Oh my God. 0.02 of a second in it between him and BP. Absolutely nothing in it from those two. There is some very close competition here on the pit wall tonight. Very, very close competition. Look at that. Look at that. 0.002 is the difference between him and BP's quickest time. Who's now on a new outlap. BP, he's not going to settle for the time he's put down. He knows the competition's close. And if he can put a good and perfect time together this lap. I think Hawks lost the time in the spoon curve. He did a bit of corrective steering coming out of it. And I think that's where he lost that .002. Because he was probably going to beat BP at that point. It's a shame the game doesn't give us splits during qualifying to show us where they're up and down for our spectators. But I'd imagine that's where Hawks lost it. He'll need to go back in, get refueled, and get back out. He should have enough time. He'll be cutting it really close, though. Zen is in the pit still. Mike is on an outlap as well. Kiwi in behind him, taking out a bollard, as you do. Just taking some liberties there through the corners. Ming Man on an outlap too, so Ming's currently 6th. He's 1.6 seconds off the time of BP. He'll be looking to improve on that one, if he can. Epic game in the Ferrari, 7th place. He's also on an outlap. And GT Race Fan, I think, is just exiting the pits. David Lombardi, welcome along, bro. And you're just in time as well. We're about to start the race. 50% race distance, ladies and gentlemen. And we have a very exciting race ahead of us as we get to the end of this and we conclude qualifying 3. It is this man, BP, at the moment, provisionally taking the top spot. But Hawks hot on his tail, and he could definitely steal that from BP if Hawks can put in a perfect time. Zen as well. Zen's not far off. I don't know if Zen's going to come out again, but he's got some time. I think Zen's waiting for that track evolution to heat things up. So we're going to have to wait and see. But it's looking like a very hot and sunny day here at Suzuka. Last night in the Formula 2, we saw some rain heat things up in race 2. Whether or not we get an overcast race or not is possible. So we're going to have to keep an eye on the sky and see what kind of rain, see what kind of weather conditions are set for the race itself. But at the moment, it's all clear and sunny. Green flag racing here. Or green flag qualifying. BP, he's about to come around and finish his flying lap now. He's going to be close. This could be a 128. It is! It is! Oh my god, a 128.3! Where did he get that from? BP has just set one of the quickest times I've ever seen around this track. And Hawks is going to have a hard time beating that. I think he's on an outlap now. Zen's also on the outlap. Mike is putting in a time through Degner 2. Wow, BP, a 128.3. Improved. He improved over 7/10 on his last time. That's almost put Hawks a second down. That is an unbelievable pace from BP. He is a trendsetter here today. And these drivers have got their work cut out for them. Absolutely. Shane, Hi, Josh Puriwen. I'm guessing that was someone that joined the watching there. I'm talking to a different chat that you guys can't see. Unfortunately, it doesn't come up on the screen. Either way, hello and welcome.
I'm not hungry.
Mike? Didn't want to finish that time.
I'm not hungry.
Kiwi. Continuing it on. Epic. He's still going around. Ryan Bessie asking if the chassis is in spec. Yeah, we might need to get the tape measure out and measure it. Because, yeah, absolutely blistering pace from BP, and I don't know where he's pulled that from. Epic's coming around. Is Epic about to put a new time down? Here we go. Oh, he doesn't improve. He stays 7th. GT won't improve either. Hawks. Where's Zen on track? Zen's coming through Degner 2. Hawks is just ahead of him here at the hairpin. Let's ride on board with Hawks. He's 7/10 down off BP. He knows he needs to put in a superhuman effort and possibly break regulations to beat the time BP's put in. But that's a different story. He got Spoon a little bit better. Oh, he's kept it floored. He almost ran wide. You can see he didn't quite apex where he wanted to, but he knew he had to keep it floored. And Hawks has done that. Absolute commitment from the boy. Here he goes into 130R. That was fantastic. He knows he's got it all to lose here at the moment. Into the triangle now. Cutting the first turn. The second. Running wide on the last turn. He sees the start-finish line. He's just kept it within track limits. Is it going to be enough? He doesn't improve. Hawks didn't improve. Does Zen steal it? Where did Zen come? Where did Zen come? Zen stayed third. Oh, what a lap there from Hawks and Zen. Hawks had a full commitment. It just wasn't enough.
Hey James, you probably got to pick the car now.
Well, we're on to the race right now. Welcome along. My name is Josh from Demo and Garage, and it's good to have you along. We're about to see the race play out here at Suzuka.
Which means James,
Time to take a drink
no,
and get my voice back after that one. Thank you, Joshua Malek. You've got a great name. A fantastic first name, Josh. Thank you for liking the stream, buddy. And welcome along. We are coming up to the 50% race distance here at Suzuka. And at the moment, it is all to play for. Let's get an update. I'll show you the drivers before we get into things. You can see Hawks is on top with 202. BP is there in second, 149 tonight. BP could get all the points available. And there is an extra point for fastest lap as well. But that goes to anyone who can get it. So you never know. Someone else could steal that fastest point. But that is where things sit as we come into the race. And my name is Josh Gahan. Welcome along to Demo 1 Garage. This is the Friday Night League Round 11 here at Suzuka. Broadcast here on Demo 1 Garage. And it's good to have you along when we've had a fantastic and an enthralling qualifying session, which was spearheaded by Hawks, BP and Zen. And now we will find out how that all comes together in the conclusion. 27 laps around Suzuka. Formation lap underway. And this one is going to be tasty. Ooh, I'm on the edge of my seat already. So, tyre strategies. Epic, Mingman, Crazy Kiwi, Mike, Zen, Hawks and BP are all on the medium. And everyone else from 8th down has chosen the soft tyre. So the field is basically split in two. And we might see a combination of 2 and 1 stops tonight. It's going to be interesting to see what the drivers decide. And whether or not the likes of BP and Hawks and Zen, what they decide to do. Whether or not they follow the drivers in front of them as they set the trend, or they, decide to do something else. Let it rip, tater chips. I like that one, Ryan. I'm going to say that as they get going. So when the 5 lights are out, that's what I'm going to say. All right. Razor Burner. Swatter saying BP in a league of his own. You're not wrong. Razor Burner said ridiculous time from BP, but great session. Unfortunate for Bots to retire. He could have been right. Up there with Mike, Zen, Hawks and BP. Yeah, Bots was struggling last night in the Formula 2. So I'm not sure if Bots is well acclimated with Suzuka. Because this is one of those tracks you either really enjoy or you really hate. So, I mean, you can enjoy the track, but absolutely just can never nail it, never get it right. You know those tracks you drive yourself on a game, you know, you might nail something else, and then you get to Suzuka.
No, it wasn't.
and he just can't get it together. The drivers now lining up after the formation lap.
To do with you.
It is BP and Hawks on the front row.
It had nothing to do with you, so I wouldn't even bother you bothering. I hit the back of Kiwi.
A Zupa Duper. You know they're putting the Zupa Duper on a coin? There's a limited edition Zupa Duper coin. I want to find it.
I don't know, probably.
Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Waiting for the lights. 3, 4, 5 lights.
I'm telling you now.
Let it rip, Zeta Chip. And we're underway here at Suzuka. And a great start from Hawks. And was that Zen being beaten? And I think BP almost got swallowed up from the Renault. Zen and BP there side by side. Mike in behind. And the rest of the field following in. Crazy Kiwi, Mingman, Epic Game right now. That was the Alpha of bots going out wide. Epic Game following in through the S's. I think we've lost Kiwi early on. I don't know what happened to Kiwi. He's been spun out or crashed out into the first turn. And that's an early retirement from Kiwi. And he won't score any points right now. The virtual safety car is out. And that almost caused a collision as the rest of the field slowed down. Alrighty. Virtual safety car is out. We lost Kiwi. And while we're not sure what happened to Kiwi, it was a pretty good start. BP almost got beaten by Hawks early on. And Zen almost got swallowed up by the Toro Rossos in behind. So now we're waiting for the restart of this one. Hope you liked that one, Ryan. I hope you liked it. I had fun saying it. So waiting for the green light. Keep an eye on it. There it is. Restart happened. Hawks was ready for it, wasn't he? Into spoon curve right now. Does Hawks get spooned together properly? He never seems to apex on the exit there. That's where I think he's going to lose a bit of time. BP's absolutely running away with it. Zen following in behind in the slipstream up towards 130R. Mike trying to keep pace with him. Look how quick Zen is. Zen must have things turned to the max. He does. Look at his ERS settings up to 5. All 4 of them coming into the triangle as they end of the first lap. The virtual safety cars absolutely split the field. And Mingman starts the second. But it's all the guys at the front on the medium tyres leading the race. It is BP out by 4 tenths. Zen just behind him by 3. And Mike only down by 5 tenths up into the first turn. We come for the second lap. Full commitment from these drivers. They're flying as if it's a sprint race here at the moment. There's 27 laps. There's the rest of the field as they come through. And Zen Razo is on the tail and he knows these guys are fast. Look how quick they are going through these S's. Full commitment from the drivers. Hawks, they're getting a little bit of slide on. BP leading the race right now. He needs to keep a cool head on the shoulders. Otherwise, things will get to him and the pressure will become too high and a mistake will be penalised very quickly here. Hawks taking a lot of the corner out. Zen running wide onto the curbing. Hawks, I think, is a little bit quicker out of Degner too. Chasing down BP, though, in the Toro Rosso. This is absolute fantastic stuff. The competition here is through the roof. There was nothing in it between them in the qualifying sessions right now, and it's a question who's going to win the race here today. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy my commentating. I used to be absolutely really bad at it, but it's one of those things, if you practice that, I think anyone can become quite good at it. But the thought process required sometimes. It's hard to do two things at once. Here we go, up into the gearbox. He's searching for a gap. He can't find it, and BP, well, he stayed in front for now, and Hawks right there will be a little bit frustrated. He didn't get that maneuver on. The DRS, though, should get DRS activated this lap. Look how fast they're going now. 14 kilometers an hour. He's slowly approaching the back end of BP, and Zen's doing the same thing to the Renault. There's absolutely nothing in it between these three. I'm sure there's racing going on down the field, but I don't want to miss a moment of this. This is just edge of your seat action right now. And let it rip, tater chips. I'm going to be saying it every race now because it's turned out to be the best thing I've ever said at the start of a race. BP, Hawks and Zen, the top 3 fastest drivers we've had. And look at this. They're just so equally matched right now. There's nothing in it. They're all just perfectly following each other's racing line as well. 6 tenths, 5 tenths in it. You'd imagine. Now, what Hawks and Zen have to be careful of here is not burning through their tyres too quickly. Let's have a look. Look at Hawks. Hawks has got 3 on the ERS. BP's got 2. So they're all sitting about equal at the moment. So go through Spoon. There's a yellow. Oh, big slide from Hawks there. Oh, look at that. The mistake. And Hawks has been beaten. Spoon is Hawks' biggest bugbear. We've seen it through the qualifying, and it happened just there. And Zen now steals second. And Hawks, he needs to get that corner down, Pat. He needs to get that mentally out of his head, because it's causing him some issues here, and it's caused him a position early on. He's got the DRS though. So does Zen. Can he do anything? Can he do anything? Zen is so quick in down the front straight here. He's closed the gap on BP by some margin. And these three are starting to pull away from Mike. Mike's starting to see these guys disappear. They're soon going to be just a distant memory on the horizon. We've lost Aussie Phantom as well. This is some great racing up the front. Let's get a quick action replay of what's happening down the field. Oh, GT's had an off. Where is he? He's coming into the S's. Oh, he's pushed his teammate wide. Oh, Breeden come onto the scene, and I don't think GT was quite aware of his surroundings there. There could be an unsafe re-entry for him later on. Hawks is back up in front of Zen. Look at this. This is great racing up the front, and while this has happened, that's given BP the opportunity to just clear them. The gap now 1.6 seconds, and Zen and Hawks will know this. Attack is now ahead of Breeden after that mistake. So there's some big changes happening through the field. Zen Razo, he'll have another DRS moment for him. Let's see what he's doing here in the ERS settings. Into 130R. The gap between 4th and 5th. Yeah, it's starting to grow. Starting to grow indeed. We've lost 2 drivers early on, so Suzuka's claimed some early victims. He's got the DRS. I don't know if Hawks is going to have it. He won't. Hawks is going to be... He's going to be vulnerable. Can he find the room? He can't. You have to treat turn 1 and 2 as if it's one big bend. And there was nowhere Zen could make a move then. Absolutely nowhere. This is Mike in 4th. And he's trying to catch these guys in front, but they're just so fast. And they're putting some really quick times down on the mediums. Epic's the last driver on the mediums. And he's trying to catch up to Mingman ahead of him. Bots! Big slide from Bots! Where's he come out of the S's? He's lost all the grip. GT race fans coming through. Oh, he's just kept it out of him. Bots with a big slide in the Alfa Romeo. He was up there in 7th. We're not sure what happened to him, but I imagine those soft tyres are starting to be punished. And they're not going to last that long. So we'll see when we start to see these soft tyres come in. And no one in the soft tyre has managed to push up. Oh, Breeden takes out a flag there into the first Degner. Oh, I thought it was going to run really wide there and run into the gravel. That could have been catastrophic for him. And Angry, he's down in 12th, coming up to the first Degner. BP, though, he's got 1.5 second lead on BP. And Hawks, he's got a similar lead on Zen here. So this is where I'd say they're starting to realise they need to conserve tyres here. Otherwise, they're really going to burn through the rubber and put themselves at a disadvantage early on. So this is where things should slow down between the top 3. But it was a crazy first few laps. And you know what? I don't think Hawks will give up. He's starting to pull in that interval now. We'll keep an eye on it. 1.2 seconds at the moment. And Zen, 1.7. Running wide there. On board with Zen. And you can see maybe just a little bit of understeer starting to creep in to the setup now. Let's see how much corner he takes at the first Degner. That's the normal amount. Slows down for Degner too, but it seems the interval between him and Hawks is starting to grow. Now 2.2 seconds. Hawks now and BP showing why they're in a bit of a different league this year. They're just so quick this season, and Zen hasn't been able to keep up with their improvement. Here's Mike. You never know, Mike could steal a podium. He's done it already a few times this season. He's surprised himself. And as he goes through Spoon, he's still up there fighting for it. And he's not far off Zen. So if we've seen Zen make mistakes this season, and if that happens again, don't count out Mike getting a podium. Into 130R he goes. And up towards the triangle chicane. And we see a lot of the drivers take a lot of the inside curve there to get the car rotated around. And then take the shortest path here to the start-finish line down towards turn 1 and 2. Great overhead shots here at Suzuka. Now Mingman, looks like Epic Games going to have DRS on him here. And he will. The Ferrari chasing down the Red Bull into the first turn. He needs to be fully committed here. And Mingman will see the Scuderia Ferrari filling up the rear vision mirrors, and he's not going to like that. It's going to be worrying him a little bit, I think. Ming will know Epic's on for an overtake soon. So Ming knows he needs to be committed through every corner using the full width of the circuit there. Almost thought he was going to run wide. He's caught him up a lot through Degner 2. Big spin. Oh, I thought Epic's done a great job to control that. He caught Ming so rapidly up to Degner 2. He almost spun himself. This is the replay. Watch. Look at the gap here coming up towards the first Degner. It was a massive gap between him and Mingman. But watch how quickly he closes in the gap here. Look at this. Just suddenly, and all of a sudden he's on him. And he got called out a little bit. He done well to control it. And Mingman holding 6th position right now. And if you are just joining us, welcome along. My name is Josh Gahan, and this is Demo 1 Garage eSports, broadcasting the Friday Night League, round 11 here from Suzuka. And I'm your commentator for this evening. And we've got one crazy race ahead of us. We're only 8 laps in of this 27-lap slugfest, where we've had the top 3 fight it out early on, and now the rest of the field coming through. On the soft tyres is Epic and Mingman here. Mingman seems to be quick up through the first and second Degner. So let's see if he can catch him up again through the S's. And let's see if Mingman can avoid what happened last time. Ooh, Epic didn't quite get the line he'd like through there. That's going to give Ming the advantage. And Ming needs every single advantage he can claim here at the moment. Oh, he's run wide. Oh, you got to be careful through there. And Epic's just kept it in. He had two wheels off-road, picking up the dust. Into the first Degner now. He's starting to push things a little bit. Maybe overdrive the Ferrari. And that's given Mingman the opportunity to open up the gap. Bots is closing him in as well. So Bots is on the soft here. He's the first driver on the soft down the order. But he is 11... Sorry, he's 2.2 seconds away from Epic. They're just out of frame at the moment. GT's not too far from Bots. Sorry, Bots is 11 seconds off Epic. I was getting my intervals all wrong there. There's Azatak in the McLaren. Currently 9th position. Breed in. Banana Hammock, 14 seconds off Breed in. And Angry down the back in the last Ferrari here. But it's BP who's leading this one. And you can see the interval's now grown to 2 seconds between him and Hawks. So BP, let's have a look at his quickest times and what he's managed to put together. So at the moment, Hawks has done the quickest time, 1:32.866. And Zen almost as quick as BP. He's about 7/10 off there. And the rest of the drivers lapping the 134s at the moment. So that's what you would expect at this moment of the race. And we should start seeing drivers in the pits. Azatak looks like he's gone for the one stop tonight, because he's in the pits now, getting the hard tyres. The hard tyres are on. Will he come out next to Azatak here? Banana Hammock. Azatak just got ahead of him. Azatak now behind Banana, but he's on the hard. So I would imagine Azatak going for the one stop. Stopped on lap 8. So there's your intervals once again. And Hawks is the only one that's really been able to keep anywhere near BP at this pace. Zen has dropped off the back of Hawks now by 4 seconds. And we're just waiting for those guys to rotate through the pit stops. And so we can figure out if they're going for the 1 or the 2 stop strategy tonight. At the moment, we don't know. Oh, I've just realised you guys have been chatting while I was looking at everything. I'll go back and over the chat. Swatter saying Epic has damaged end plates on the right side front. So that might be why. Ryan asking Ming have an understeer issue. Just trying to figure out how he caught so fast in that corner. Because his end plates are missing, yeah. All good. All good. If you're new to F1 and Aero Tech, Ryan, it's good to have you along though. F1, there's so much to get your head around in Formula 1. You know, the slipstreaming, the aerodynamics, all the updates they do every week, all the technical regulations, fuel burn, fuel rates, oil burn, oil rates, ERS, energy deployment, energy storage, harvesting. There's so much to learn. There's so much to do. But that is why we love Formula 1. And there's always drama each and every week. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter what track you're doing. Even if it's sort of a dull race, there's always some sort of soap opera drama that happens some weeks as well. There's always something to talk about. And I don't know if you guys have been following Lewis Hamilton this week, because he's been talking about giving up on life and wanting us all to become vegans to save the world. And he's caught a lot of backlash online about that one. Here's Mingman. He's really starting to close in on Mike here. And Mike could be under the pump early on. I've just noticed nothing. Oh, Mike Mingman out wide. He's opened up the gap. Mike just being consistent here. Looks like Mike, though, is being chased in. 10-lap old tyres at the moment. And Mingman in the Red Bull is about to catch Mike and maybe push the overtake button here and go for a move on his little sister team, Toro Rosso. He's in the big brother team, the Red Bull. Bots catching Epic. We'll have to keep an eye on that one as well. Bots, yeah, the Bots has really brought that interval down though. Yeah, the blood rushing to a head being upside down. It's just because we're born upside down, it doesn't affect us. Like, gravity is reversed. So we're upside down, but it's all going the other way. So it's like we're the right way up. That's how it works down here in upside down land in Australia. Mingman, 5/10 off Mike. He's brought that interval down to a very... Bots has got the over... Oh, but that's why. Bots is in the pits. So 11 laps for the soft tyre here. What does Bots go to? He goes to the medium. Let's see where he comes out. Should come out into a fairly open bit of track here. Looks like there's no one on the road. Bots. Epic though, went to the hards. Very interesting on the same lap. Now who can wind them up quicker here? Looks like Epic's going for the one stop. I'd say Bots might be going for a 2, but we'll keep an eye on his tyre life here. I think Bots has got the pace on him here, but Epic's car should come to him a little bit later on. Breeding out on the mediums. Angry. Bananas in. Will we see BP come in this lap? Let's have a look. No, he's gone past the entrance. Hawks is coming around the triangle. Hawks goes past. I don't think Zen will do it either. They're on the medium, so we're expecting a bit more tyre life out of it. And off they go. Mike and Mingman, no, this is the closest battle at the moment. This is heating up. And they're both on the medium tyre. Mingman should get DRS once again, and Mike will need to keep a close eye on this Red Bull. It's going to be coming at him at a rate of knots. And he's going to need to have to deal with it professionally. Thought Ming was about to go flying off wide at turn 1 and 2. You see a lot of drivers do that. It's easy to do. Oh, I'm not going to lie. Kangaroos literally jump around my front and backyard every day. That's not a normal thing for people in Australia, but at my house, they do. So I'll have to post you guys a picture of the kangaroos that do that. But yeah, I ride them to and from work every day, all the time. Look at this. Mingman, though, he's pulling in Mike, and Mike, is that... Who's just ahead of Mike there? Is that some back markers? It is. That is Banana Hammock. So that could cause... That's a rolling chicane there for Mike. And if you can't clear him early on, that could cause some issues. Let's see what Banana Hammock does here. Banana Hammock getting the blue flags. You can see the flag board's lighting up. Gets through. Is GT Race Fan in trouble? No, GT Race Fan's lost a position there to Ads Attack. So Ads Attack on the hards coming through. Hawks is in the pits here. Not surprising. And he goes to the soft tyre. We saw 11 laps on the soft. I don't know if Hawks is going to make it to the end. We'll see what he does. It's getting quite busy now down the front straight. As Mingman comes up to 4th. Mike now holding 3rd. Hawks is there. And Bots has been caught by Epic in the hard tyre as they pitted at the same time. A lot of changing and swapping going on. Epic doing the best he can here to try and catch up. This is Ming. He's on the back of Mike still. He's outside DRS range at the moment. That's not where he wants to be. He needs to be a little bit closer because he needs that extra help the DRS brings along. As Attack's been moved down. So Breeding got an overtake there. I don't know if As Attack had an issue. Banana Hammock's been overtaken by Angry. And Banana Hammock's trying to get his tyres up to temp. Angry's doing a much better job as he's just come out. Now, we're waiting for the race leader to enter the pits. I think he might do a couple more laps if he's going to go to the softs. Haley Jones, thank you for liking the stream. Yes, he will. Zenrazo might do the same thing. I don't know if Hawks on the softs there is going to get to the end. Because I think they can get about, say, 11 to 12 laps. And we've got a little bit over that remaining at the moment. We've got about 13. So it's going to be a close one for Hawks here. This is Mike. And the DRS has been activated from Mingman. And he's now much closer. And he's still searching for a way around Mike. He's been grinding now for some time. And he just can't find an exploitable hole to take advantage of. Mike just has the edge on him at the moment. Mingman just needs to find an extra 10th here or there, and I think he will be able to do it. He just gets within reaching distance, and Mike just flies away once again. Oh, he stuffed that up. Mike almost stuffed the exit as well. So that's cancelled each other out there. And the fight continues for Mingman. So SWAT is just reminding us that there's some penalties to be handed out. Hawks got a 5-second for speeding. I didn't even see that happen, but that sucks. Haley Jones. What happened to Kiwi? What did happen to Kiwi? We don't know. That's the thing, Haley. Kiwi just sort of... It was at the start. It was coming up into the first turn. And Kiwi... We don't know. We think he crashed out. We didn't get to see what exactly happened to him. And yeah, he sort of disappeared and he was out of this race, unfortunately. So he didn't really get to do even a lap. That's just what happens, unfortunately, sometimes. This is Mingman. 6 tenths now behind Mike. And the grind continues for the Red Bull man. Mike doing a great job here of keeping the Red Bull and the Big Brother car behind him. That's where he wants to keep him, in the rear vision mirrors for now. 15 laps old tyres, and I'd expect to see these guys come in the next lap or two as we get to the end of the tyre life of the mediums. Hawks went for an early stop, and I don't know if he went too early here. Hawks is just here behind Ming. And yeah, I have a feeling Hawks stopped too soon. He's going to be struggling in the last 2 to 3 laps, I think, on those soft tyres. But you never know. Crazier things have happened here in the FNL1 eSports Championship. Hawks, though, he might soon have a clear road in front of him, because I think these two might be in the pit soon. Let's ride on board with the Renault and see what happens. Yeah, Hawks is amongst the Mike Ming battle, the M&M battle. Mike is in, Ming is not. DRS for Ming, DRS for Hawks, but he's so much faster. Look at this. And Ming is going to fight him up into the first turn. Hopefully they keep it clean. He does. The Red Bull gives him room. And Hawks is released finally. Ming needs to get a good time in, though, if he wants to undercut Mike. Mike is out. Mike coming out into clean air in 5th position. Good call from Mike there. He'll now finish the race on the soft tyre. Good racing from the top 5. Ming now needs to put it together. They need to be with it. There's a DRS detection zone. There's a line at certain points on the track. And at that detection zone, if they're within a second at the DRS zone, which is then a little further up the track, they can use it. So if between the detection zone and where they start the DRS, that gap opens up to say 1.2 seconds, because they were within a second at the detection zone, they can still use it. So the reason we saw Mingman get DRS just then on that last lap is because when he went through the detection zone, he was within a second of Mike. Mike went into the pits, and then the DRS zone started. So Mingman still got to use his DRS. So hopefully that's clear. I said a lot of DRS and detection zones there. A lot of D words when describing DRS. Hopefully that made sense. But Mingman's in the pits. And not surprisingly, he's on the soft tyre. And he should be on the end. But is he going to beat Mike here? Mike is just coming around the triangle now. I think Mike might have jumped him. This is going to be really close. Or maybe not. This is going to be edge of your seat. Teeth chattering. Where is the Red Bull? The Red Bull is behind. He's only just exited. And I think Mingman has lost a lot of time, actually. As Mike is now 3 seconds ahead of this Red Bull. So it did work out for Ming running the extra lap there. He should have probably pitted at the same time. Mike now holding 4th comfortably. And we'll see if Ming can catch him. It's going to be a tough one for Ming, though. A very tough job. We've lost Epic. We've lost Epic. Let's see if we can figure it out. Why we've lost Epic. Look for a car off to the road somewhere. Look for a car. Look for a car. We're on board with Angry. I didn't see it. I don't know if you saw it. But it was somewhere at the Degners, I think. So Banana Hammock is now the only driver on the track at the moment who will not score points at the end of this race. We've lost 3 cars. And we'll stick with Banana. And I don't think Epic's car will be there when we get to the Degners. But keep a close eye on the surrounding areas at the Degners, because that was where the position changed. Let's see what the Williams man can do. So, I don't know. Keep looking eye for a red car somewhere. Somewhere there is where Epic crashed. And Epic is now out of the session. BP leading by 24 seconds. He's yet to pit, though. And Hawks is 5 laps old. He went for an early pit stop. Let's see when BP decides to pit. BP's going very long on these mediums. Very, very long indeed. He doesn't want to be caught out at the end on some aging softs. Because if he loses grip and the degradations are much higher at the end, he could possibly give up the first position. He's worked so hard and fought so hard to keep. And he's in the pits now. So now the race is on between him and Hawks, but I think 24 seconds is just enough time for BP to get some new tyres on and exit and still maintain the lead of this Grand Prix. In he goes. Puts on the red striped tyre, the soft tyre, which is the C3 compound for this race. There goes one of the Racing Point cars. There you can see Hawks is just coming around. Hawks will see the Toro Rosso. Hawks hasn't been able to jump him here, but Hawks is going to be pumping it. He knows BP is going to be under the pressure now because BP needs to get those tyres up to temp. Hawks already has his soft tyres up to the working temp and racing temp. And BP is going to be somewhat compromised now for a lap. So BP needs to just keep his eye on the racing line. And keep it within the white lines now. Keep his car pointing forward. He'll be good. He should maintain that lead. Look at the interval though. It's dropping. Well, I thought it was dropping. It's dropped a little bit there. 2 seconds now between him and BP V8. Into the hairpin. Hawks needs a good run out of here. Interval jumps to 2.3. 2.2. It's coming down. The Renault giving chase. The Lion on its prey. But is the prey quicker? Is BP superior here? Hawks is going to be trying every trick he knows. BP's only got the ERS up to 2. If Hawks put it up to 5 here, he'd probably catch him pretty quickly. He's dropped it to 0 now as he saves it coming into the triangle chicane. And he should punch it. He should max it out again down the straight. And he's now under 2 seconds. The interval dancing between 1 and 2. Hawks can just smell the lead. He can taste it. Oh, someone's off there. That's one of the Racing Points getting out of the way. He's done well. That hasn't compromised BP or Hawks, I don't think. So, yeah, Ryan, I think you're saying when it says makes perfect sense what I said about DRS. Hopefully that cleared things up. Any other questions? We'll be more than happy to explain them to you. And if you haven't already seen the Drive to Survive series on Netflix, I think that's what it's called, the Formula 1 documentary, go check it out. It is a great watch. And I know a lot of people that weren't into Formula 1 who watched that actually got into F1 this season because of that documentary. And I know I enjoyed it. There was a lot of things that you just didn't see on the Grand Prix weekends that you saw in that documentary. And there's Season 2 coming out after 2019 season, so I can't wait for the Season 2 of that one. Swatter reckons Hawks might have enough rubber. I don't know. I think Hawks might have gone 2 to 3 laps too soon. But we'll have to wait and see. The interval now 2.6. This is Zen Razo in 3rd place. He's 10 seconds back. And Mike's coming through. He's got Ming on his tail still. The gap there, 2.7. So Mingman's giving chase. That was Azatak. Don't know what that yellow flag was about. I think maybe Azatak was driving under speed there, and that's what triggered the yellow. 2.2 now between him and Mike. So the Mike Ming, the M&M battle, I'm going to call it, is heating up as we come to the end. 5 laps to go in this one. And I don't know. I think Zen might be able to steal 2nd here. Hawks has really dropped off the back of BP on that lap. 4 seconds the interval now. Keep an eye on Zen's interval, though, between him. 10 seconds. He's quickly running out of laps. But BP just putting the pace down. Let's see what kind of lap time he does this lap. As he finishes his second lap on the soft. Comes up to the start finish. Keep an eye on the top right. 1:31.912. Let's see what time Hawks does. 1:33.8. So that's about 2 seconds there. Let's see what kind of time Zen Razo's putting down as well. Top right. I think it's a little bit slower. 1:34.1. Mike coming through as well. And he's got Ming still behind him. Just off by 2 seconds. So still just outside DRS. But he's creeping ever so close towards being able to activate that button. And flick that wing down. And gain that little bit of extra pace. As the car has less drag. When the DRS actuator flicks that wing open. It's like a letterbox opening. And they say, the drivers, that they can physically feel the difference it creates for them on the racetrack. So this is Ming giving chase to Toro Rosso driver Mike. And that interval is getting lower and lower every mile we drive here. Haley Jones saying you can never underestimate Hawks. You cannot. You cannot. But at the moment, I think Hawks. I think he tried something different. He tried to pit a little bit early, and it didn't work for him. And yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to catch up now, being 5 seconds down. But he did try. But he's doing a really good job of keeping Zen behind him. So Zen just hasn't got the pace right now. This is where the uncertainty is on track. It's between these two, the M&M battle, Mike and Ming Man. This duel has been going on now for over half this Grand Prix. And we're waiting now to see if Ming could just edge ahead of Mike. Mike is he's doing a superb job of keeping a cool head on those shoulders. The 3 C's, cool, calm and collected. That's what Mike is doing a great job of doing. Oh, I thought that was a slide there from Ming. He got a 3-second time penalty for cutting the track there. So I don't know if that's going to affect the final result if he gets in front of Mike. Whether or not Mike's got one of those, we're going to have to wait and see. So another 5-second time penalty for Hawks. 3-second time penalties. So they're starting to rack up on track. So keep an eye on these penalties at the end, ladies and gentlemen. This could change things once they go across the start-finish line. And you never know what could happen here. You never, ever know. Ming's tyres are a lap younger as well than what Mike's got. So whether or not that's going to be an advantage. It might be too little too late, though, as we're coming up to the penultimate lap here. And Ming Man doesn't seem to be making any leadway into that interval. Mike seems to be creating a bigger and bigger gap now as he turns things up to 10. Gets the ERS working for him here to make that gap. Gets all the power available to him. And it looks like it's working. GT Race Fan. He's not too far off Attack here. Very confident off track there was GT. Interval's just grown to 3 seconds, so GT there not quite digging away at that interval like I thought he was. Angry in the last points paying positions tonight, and there's Banana Hammock. BP, though, has been on another level. On another level indeed. 7 seconds now the gap between him and Hawks, and he won't have any rubber issues, any tyre degradation issues as we come towards the end here. Let's keep an eye on his lap time for this lap. Let's see what if he's keeping that super pace consistent here. I'm sure he is. 1:31.9. That's just great pace from BP, and that's what's making Hawks' job ever so hard as the interval grows to 7 seconds. So Swatter reminding us that if Zen gets within 7 seconds of Hawks, he should be popped ahead of him because of the penalties at play. So keep a very close eye. Mingman now within a second of Mike. This is the closest we've seen the Red Bull now for some time. And he'll have DRS now. You can see he's got it activated. There it is. The wing is open. He's coming in and he's arriving behind Mike. He wants to catch up to him. If it's like Mike's car's got a North Pole magnet and Ming's got the South Pole magnet. It's just repelling each other. Every time Ming gets closer, Mike starts disappearing ahead. Sorry, like that's not how magnets work. That's how magnets would attract each other. It's like they've got the same pole magnet. So a North Pole and a North Pole magnet. And it's repelling Mike further up. It's been a while since I've been at school, kiddies. So please don't flame me for that one. That was really rookie of me to say that. Anyway, Mingman now. Again, under a second. And Mike will be feeling the pressure of this one. So we get the overhead shot here around Spoon. Ming's got it all sorted here. He gained a 10th through there. Mike then gains it back slightly. There's some traffic. Blue flags now. It's getting quite congested up towards a 130R. In the DRS zone. Detection. I think the detection zone is somewhere there. Now Mingman. There's the DRS line coming up. There it is. He's activated it. 6 tenths now the gap. 5 tenths now. Mike knows he's going to be under the pump. We're on the final lap. Oh, he's got to go around the outside. Somehow he's put the anchors on and pulled it up. Cars are in the way. Mingman's been pushed wide. That was one of the racing points. Breeding got in the way a little bit. And I don't know if Mike's disconnected, but somehow Mingman's kept it on the session. Mike is disconnected. That is so unfortunate because that's going to give Ming the position here. Because the AI is not going to give him any trouble at all. Mingman's going to take it, isn't he? He will. Mingman will take this position off Mike. Oh, that is so unlucky. Oh, that was heating up to be a huge end. Mike's rejoined. Mike has rejoined. I think it's too little too late. The winner, though, is BP. He's taken the checkered flag already. Hawks is coming down around, and he'll take second place. Let's see if he keeps it with Zen. Zen is not too far away. You can see there was an unserved penalty there. So Hawks got a 5-second penalty. Was Zen close enough to steal second? He wasn't. Zen takes third. Mingman's in fourth. Bots has gone in front of Mike here. So Mike is falling down the order. Mike has actually taken the checkered flag, apparently. Oh, huge run there from Bots. I don't know how Mike's taken the checkered flag, but anyway. Mingman should go across the line. He'll take the checkered flag. Bots is next up. And Mike, 6th position. Breeden almost stole it. He'll take 7th. Azatak's next. And the McLaren driver gets 8th. GT race fan. And that is the order of drivers tonight. What a race.
Well, that was a shit race to me. I got that before, man. Everybody. Twice.
Oh, another crazy ending. Another absolutely crazy ending. We will have interviews coming up, so stick around if you want to see those. This is your checkered flag. And we will have the top 3 in Discord, and we will have a chat with them very shortly. But that does bring the main part of the broadcast to a close. So thanks once again to everyone who has liked and shared the stream tonight. All our new subscribers as well.
Back in on the last lap.
welcome
I
along.
wouldn't let him.
And yes, thank you guys for being here and having a chat with me as well. It's been good to have your company. And let her rip tater chips. Thank you for that one, Ryan. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Well, the next race will be Mexico on the 1st of November for the Formula 1. F2, they will be racing next week, but there will be a week off as I won't be doing next week. But then Monaco after that, and then we'll have the last race of the season in the US. So keep an eye out on your stream alerts for Formula 2. Let's see if they remember to come in for interviews. Sometimes they forget.
GG, boys.
Yes.
We'll listen to them anyway while I wait.
No.
That was fun.
That was one hell of a fucking race. I'm knackered after that.
I'm not. It lasted 3 corners.
I got you on my footage. I fought with Mike the entire. I fought with Mike the entire race.
Yeah, Mike dropped on the last lap, but I couldn't let him enjoy the take care of his car. He's going to, I think, put a protest in to see if he can claim P4.
No.
Which I would support on that case because he did have P4 covered.
Yeah, he did. Oh, only just. I was catching him, but yeah, he would have.
Well, sorry, I was just listening into the guys there.
All good.
BP, man. Again, just too quick for everyone, man. Why are you so quick? And well done, by the way.
Because I put a lot of laps into it, really, and thanks. Arigato for the Japanese.
Suzuka,
and
so
well, yep, arigato gozaimasu.
I have no idea what you said.
Thank you in Japanese.
Oh, right.
Or close to it at least. Anywho, I was shocked when I came out of pit lane to see where I was. I thought that race was going to turn out a lot different at the end.
Yeah, you had a 24-second gap on Hawks, and it was enough to maintain you that lead. And
well, one thing that I never mentioned was that my car was really good on an empty tank. That I specifically done all through the other practice sessions on Tuesday, but it was awful on the full tank.
Right, so you kept that one to yourself.
Pretty much. I just knew I had to keep them out. I just had to keep them out. That's what I was thinking. I've got the higher downforce. If I can get sector 1 good, build that air gap, I should be alright for the rest of the thing. If I didn't defend for that 1 lap, I probably wouldn't have won the race. If Hawks got passed on, I think it was lap 1 or lap 2 or whatever, I wouldn't have won that race. Like, the pressure was on early. Like, it was definitely on. Like, yeah.
Yeah, you were almost swallowed up off the starting line. Like, Hawks,
I haven't been struggling off the start.
Hawks almost had you, but like you said,
apparently we had contact, but I never felt anything, and I thought I might have cut it a little too fine. So, thanks Hawks for the room in the racing room.
Yeah, you're up, mate.
yeah.
Racing hard, racing fair, and that's all.
Second place, Hawks. Well done. Not a win
Thanks,
tonight,
buddy.
but got to be happy with that one. You had like I said, you had a really good start. You must have thought you were going to get the lead.
Yeah, I thought I got the launch, and then as we were going up through the gears, you sort of got level pegging with me again. So I was just trying to hold down the inside. I didn't know how hard to push. Like I said, like I'm not going to run him off the track there. We're side by side. And yeah, that was basically the kind of race. I knew I had to kind of get ahead of him within a couple of laps. I feel like to make it have a chance. Like he said, he's clocked a few laps, and he was quick around here. So that was the only way in my mind to try and pip him really.
And sorry, yeah, you had a few issues at Spoon through quali and at the first few laps. Were you just not? Was it just not lined up for you through there, or?
Yeah, I kind of changed the roll bars a bit last minute because it was quite oversteery. So I tried to just take it out a bit so I had a bit more understeer. But obviously, as you could tell, I had no effect. And when BP got in front, my aim was just to sort of keep up with him, keeping the slipstream because I had a feeling I had a lower downforce car and obviously
yeah.
can overtake in the straights. And then I was pretty comfortable in the corners with the setup. But yeah, it didn't quite end up being that way, unfortunately. I mean, I did have another setup with a higher downforce, but I thought, nah, well, it's not going to overtake. And I had a feeling BP was going to be quick with the higher downforce. So I thought I'd rather go a faster car than a sort of more stable car, if that makes sense. But yeah, I made that error, and then I think Zen made an error, and that's what I think pretty much cost us really the sort of slipstream to BP. I think.
Yeah, that's when he started to disappear. And you pitted quite early to the softs. Were you worried the softs weren't going to last? Because everyone got about 11 to 12 laps, and you needed about 14 off them. How were your tyres at the end?
Yeah, they were cooked. Yeah, that was a strategy fail. Well, like I said, BP was quick, and obviously I've got a bit of a lead in the championship, so I thought I'll take a risk and try maybe a two-stop. But I pitted for the softs, and the tyre gap was not as big as I thought it would have been, like to make up the time. So I sort of and the laps were ticking by, but the tyres were holding on okay. So I thought, I'll just stick with them to the end, and hopefully I can salvage a second. Because if Zen got any closer, I was probably going to pit on like the second to last lap because I've got a lot of penalties that I couldn't really see come up on my screen, like on my warnings. It was a bit of a glitch.
Right.
So yeah, I was going to pit on the second to last lap maybe and just try and push for the bonus point because I knew I was going to if Zen got any closer. So that was my sort of strat and thinking. But yeah, and like I said, the major undercut on BP, that was the backup plan. If I can get ahead with those tyres, it might be a bit interesting. But
I thought you would have done it. I thought it was definitely on it.
No, I tried to play a big strategy game, and it all came up with big fat zero on that one on my part. So, yeah, BP was quick. He, like I said, he was quick, deserved the win.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very strong.
Well done. Well done on second.
Thank you.
Fought hard for that one. And Zen, you made it tonight.
Yeah, I made it tonight. Wasn't crudely interrupted by my entourage.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Yeah, third for you. You had a pretty decent start as well. You almost were fighting for the lead. And you were fighting hard with Hawks as well, trying to stay in the slipstream. But yeah, that mistake, was that where it all just fell away?
Yeah, I think we definitely didn't have that kind of pace that BP had. So our plan was to just sort of stay in that group. And Mike was with us there too. The four of us sort of broke away. And I thought, okay, we'll just tuck in here, conserve fuel, ERS. And to be honest, it was working quite fine. I could tell that both BP and Hawks did not like full tank fuel, and they had a little bit. Yeah, they had a little bit of issues in certain corners that I noticed. And then, Hawks made that mistake, and I took the opportunity, got past him, and then on the next lap into the first Denga, I just brain fade, man, came in there way too hot. I was lucky I kept it back on the track, but that forced me to cut the next corner, and that gave me a 3-second pen. And then I sort of cooked the tyres sliding back onto the track, and it took me about a lap and a half to get them back under control. And at this stage, Hawks had broken a solid 4-second gap on me, and I could stay with him, but I couldn't really catch him, because I couldn't conserve enough ERS. That was my biggest problem around this track. Yeah. And then, we pitted. I saw Hawks pitted early, and I knew he'd be dangerous for the undercut, but I thought that it would be a little bit too early. Yep. And so we tried to sort of conserve, and then I went for the fastest lap, but holy shit, BP pulled some bullshit out of his ass there on the last lap.
I was storing the ERS for the
I could imagine.
last two laps to unleash it at the end.
What was the time you got?
The 1:30.2, I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I have to go look at the result.
I think it was
1:30.
It was low.
But I overfilled the tank as well because I always use more than what I need.
Yeah, and when we crossed the line, we realised that we were finished 1 second behind Hawks because of his pens, and then So basically, cutting Denga 2 cost me second place. Yippee.
Yep. That's just the story. I think everyone's got a race like that.
Yeah, it was the only real mistake I made in the whole race, to be honest. I didn't get a single other warning. I just, when I cut that, I was out of control, but I managed to bring it back on track. So it was a blatant cut. I can't deny that, but I didn't get any advantage from it because Hawks took me onto the short shoot into the air bit anyway.
Strict stewarding. That's
strict stewarding. Yeah.
That's what you get.
And so I'd like to say I'm happy to beat Zen at his strong ground. I've been hearing from everyone that this is Zen's strong ground.
Yeah.
And when he got into second, I saw him coming. I was like, oh, no, because I reckon for the first 5-6 laps, I was a goner. If they didn't have the other errors and that, I reckon I was going to be a goner. Because their pace at the start was so much better.
It's obvious, if you put the time in, you're going to be quick and consistent, and it shows. Ever since we've done Bathurst, I haven't been able to get enough time in on these cars.
Yeah. I got one warning that entire race, and it was on the spoon in the final lap. And I'm happy with that because I go back to France, so I had so many penalties. So I'm happy to be inside the track limits.
So Zen, it's not going to be a fourth consecutive championship this year for you, is it? Or is the fight still on?
It's not looking like it. And it is hard. I mean, it's a disastrous year for Mercedes this year, I must say. We've had hardware issues with Yayo's car. We had a coming together at Belgium, which was technically my fault. A little bit of a passenger, but it was my fault. And it's just been a disaster. I haven't been on my best form. Yayo's been far from his best form. And the season to forget so far, but we'll see what we can do. BP surprised us. Hawks we knew was always going to be a threat. So, we won't give up. We'll stick to it, and we'll see where we end up at the end.
Racing for Ferrari season. What are we? Season 4 now. Season 5.
Whatever next season's turn out.
It's definitely on a possibility. I'm got my Italian dictionary out. Mangiare,
Mate, that curse though.
Yes.
What are you eating?
Yes.
What are you eating, Zen?
Lots of pasta.
Mangiaro.
I can speak
Well, I
Italian,
can't say it.
so you can't get around me. All right. Well, thanks, guys. That was a good chat.
Oh, and just before we leave, Josh, remember they had the hardware issues with the wheel way back at Singapore, the downshift? I managed to get basically the exact same replica wheel, which was discontinued, so I managed to grab this one cheap, and I had it before Russia, so I really only had their gear drummers for Singapore.
Yeah,
so I'm glad for that.
Yeah, you're lucky to find a discontinued item as well.
Yes. And it works just like a brand new one, so it's good.
Can't
and it's only a steering wheel, not the actual motor, so yeah.
That's all you need. All right, guys. I'll leave you to it. Thanks for having a chat.
Cheers.
Thank you.
And well done.
Thank you.
There we go, do it. Thank you.
All right. Well, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us in the stream tonight. They were the 3 podium finishers, BP, Hawks, and Zen. So, yeah, good interview with those guys. But yeah, I'd like to just thank everyone that has liked the stream tonight, stuck around, subscribed, even shared it as well. Thanks for watching. That was round 11 of the Friday Night League. The next round is coming up on the 1st of November, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, 1st of November, the Mexican GP. So, same time, 9 p.m. GMT plus 10. Convert that to your local time, wherever you live. And, yeah, don't forget, if you want to follow us on Twitter, at Demo1G, I will alert you of the stream prior to that, or on Facebook as well. If you've liked us on Facebook, I will give you fair warning there as well. So thanks so long for joining us. My name is Josh from Demo1 Garage. That was the round 11 of the Friday Night League, and thanks once again for watching. I will see you very shortly for the next race. There should be something on Sunday, so keep an eye on your stream alerts for that. But until then, good night.